All right, I'm hoping that the internet will be my friend today and let me finish this without cutting me out. So, hold on one second. All right. So, how in the heck did I go from being like OCD about everything that went in my mouth, about weighing and measuring it, about not going over numbers, to being able to eat whatever the fuck I wanted when I wanted without putting on any weight? Okay. And how can you do it too? Because guess what? I'm teaching my clients to do this. So let's just talk about the obsessive part of it. The thought about every time you put something in your mouth, what it's going to do to you. The thought of missing out on things or being afraid to eat things at parties because you may have to, if you ate it, you got to negate it and you need to work out 15 times harder the next day. I'm trying to think like what else, because these things are in my distant memory because I've pushed them so far the fuck back. And it looks like I have lost my internet, or at least here. So I'm going to keep talking and hope that it's going to work. Anyway, the change was how I looked at things. The change was when I realized that life sucked and I wasn't put here to obsess over all that shit. So what do I eat now? Whatever the hell I want. I've learned to listen to my body. Oh my God, you're telling people to eat whatever they want, but clearly they're going to get fat. When you understand what your body wants and you give it what it needs, and you're not depriving it all the time, and you're not telling it, categorizing foods as good as bad, you understand your body a little bit better. And I know people don't understand this because all they think about is diets. But how is that working for you? How is that working for you when every time you go on one, you lose a little bit of weight, you gain it back, you hate what you see in the mirror, you shame yourself, you think you suck, and then you try the next fucking thing? How does that feel for 30 years of your life? Think about how long you've been doing it. Way too long. I eat what I want when I want. I still work out. I make it fun. It's not an obsessive thing. It's not to make my body smaller. Our generation was raised to make yourself smaller by exercising. How fucked up is that? Where do we learn that from? We have all these celebrities out there promoting these smaller bodies. You have to shut that noise off. You have to almost unlearn everything you've learned. And that's exactly what I did. So yeah, I'm going to eat a cheeseburger. I'm going to eat fries. But do you know what? There's shit left on my plate when I'm done. Before, when that was a cheat meal, I would eat every fucking thing and feel like shit. And then hate myself. And then I would be like, okay, all right, so how many burpees do I have to do tomorrow? How much of this do I have to do? How much of that do I have to do? And it sucked. And then when you have people calling you out on it, like, oh, you know, if you eat that, you're going to have to work out twice as hard. How fucked up is this? It is jacked up. So what I find that my clients come to me saying, and get this, these are all learned behaviors because we were not born hating our bodies. We were not born to think food was good and bad. We were not born to think we needed to be in a smaller fucking body. Somewhere along the way, we learned that that was the right way. I'm going to let you figure out where you learned that. I learned it in a lot of places, and I'm not going to talk about it. Different day, different time, different subject. When you unlearn that, and when you listen to your body, because we are fighting and ignoring all the signs and signals of our body. So, can you do it without gaining weight? But here's something that happened to me, and here's something I had to accept. I was 10 pounds lighter when this was going on. And I don't even know what my measurements were because I would check them every week. I would check them every week. I don't give a fuck what they are now. I really don't. I have energy. I feel good. I can lift some heavy shit and put it down. And sometimes I lift heavier stuff and put it down. And I eat what I want when I want. And I'm healthy. Can you imagine all of those things falling together in one spot? But we're taught that it doesn't. So yeah, I was 10 pounds heavier when I was starving the fuck out of myself, and I hated life, and I hated what I saw in the mirror. So I guess that was healthy, right? I had to accept that my body was going to change a little bit, but for 5 years, I've lived my life this way, and not much has changed on the scale. How? Because I eat what I want when I want, and I don't overindulge like I used to when it was like, you can't eat this shit. You can't have it unless it's a cheat day, but now you can eat it. So you'd go ham on it, right? You'd eat everything that you could possibly eat. And then you'd feel like crap. So how is that working for you? How is that? And again, if it is working for you, cool. Be by all means, by all means. But you know what? There are more interesting things about you than what you weigh, and you know what the pant size you wear. There are way more interesting things about you, and we have to understand that this guilt and the shame that we have been led to believe is how we're supposed to feel when we eat something that we think we shouldn't eat because it's going to make us fat. These thoughts need to stop. They're learned behaviors, and we can unlearn them. So yeah, you can change that. You can flip the script on that and go from, you know, being obsessive compulsive and worrying about everything you eat. And I mean, like, if you like that, cool. Stay right there. Like, if you are having a good old time with that part of your life being a life suck and worrying about everything you eat and not going out to dinner or not enjoying things because you're on a diet and you can't have that because it's not on the list. If that's working for you, you go with it, girlfriend. You go with it. It didn't work for me, right? It didn't work. So if you're in that place of like, okay, how do I go from here to here? Ask a few of my clients how that's working. Ask me how that worked for me, because that's what I teach my clients now, because it is not, we weren't put here to keep up with the damn Kardashians. Fuck them. Okay? They're not real anyway. We were not put here to constantly be chasing the next diet or hating the way we look in the mirror or thinking that, you know, God help us when we're putting our kids on diets. Like, what kind of fuckery is this? You should be able to eat what you want when you want. And you shouldn't have to be told how to eat what you want, how to eat and what to eat and when to eat it and how much to eat. Because that's called a diet. And what happens? What do you learn about yourself? Nothing. You just learn to deprive and keep things out of the way. So yeah, you can lose weight doing this. But you have to understand that where you're starting from may be a place of you starving yourself small. So there's some things that your body's going to go through, some changes it's going to go through, and you have to understand that. But, you know, if you want to, you know, cha-cha with the slide. Yes, do the cha-cha slide. To the left, to the right. Okay, so, squirrel. So if you want to cha-cha with the scale is where I was going with that. By all means, keep doing that. Because that sucks. How much do I weigh? Don't fucking know. Where's my scale? I don't care. I don't care because that doesn't define me. It doesn't anymore. I used to step on it and be like, holy fuck, I have got to not eat. I have to work out more. I can't, like, dude, that is not how you should live. So yeah, if you're thinking, how the hell do I do this? I'm scared. That's a normal feeling. But we have to learn to trust ourselves around food and trust our bodies. And if you're in that space of like, I don't really know what to do, you can reach out. Don't be afraid. There's people who've been watching and listening for how long, and they're like, I've been so scared to reach out to you. Don't be scared because I cuss a lot. Don't be scared because I drop truth bombs. I'm going to get real with you, and I'm going to get at your level. And there could be ugly tears on both sides, just so you know, because I've been there, done that, lived it, and seen it. And oh, real quick before I stop this, go listen to my podcast today. This blew the doors off me. This blew me away because I can't believe that there are doctors that are saying this is safe and healthy. And oh my God, just go listen to it. All right. That's all. I'm going to leave you with that today. Yeah, it's my story and I'm sticking to it. So have a nice day and we'll chat later.